Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely chilling real-life event that happened back in 2019. We're going to break down the timeline of a late-night commute that starts off completely ordinary but quickly twists into something entirely inexplicable. By the end of this journey, you're absolutely going to be questioning the boundaries of logic and reality.
So let me ask you this directly. Have you ever felt like there's an invisible force protecting you? Think about the last time you traveled alone late at night. You know that feeling, right? The shadows look just a little deeper. The quiet feels way too heavy, and every snap of a twig or hum of an engine puts your senses on absolute high alert. Keep that suspenseful mood in the back of your mind, because it's the exact emotional space our subject was in right before this mystery truly began to unfold.
Section 1. The 11:48 p.m. bus. Okay, let's dive into this. Picture this, it's 2019 in Uttar Pradesh, India. Our focus is a 22-year-old student named Neha. She's been working exhaustingly late on a college project, and outside, it is absolutely pouring, the kind of heavy, relentless rain that makes you desperate for the safety of your own home. She rushes to the bus stand and manages to board the absolute last departure of the night, right at 11:48 p.m. She grabs a seat in the back. Now, the bus is startlingly empty. There's maybe only 6 or 7 other passengers scattered around. It's that totally relatable but inherently isolating feeling of a midnight commute. You're shielded from the storm, sure, but you're trapped in a moving metal box with strangers.
Section 2. Deserted Road and Fear.
So at 11:48 p.m., Neha boards. Fast forward just 30 minutes, and one by one every single other passenger reaches their stop and steps out into the rain. Soon enough, it's literally just Neha, the driver, and the conductor. And then, the journey takes a really dark turn. The bus unexpectedly veers off the main route, turning down this completely deserted, unfamiliar road. That comforting rhythm of a standard commute just plummets into high tension. Neha is utterly isolated, all alone with 2 men she doesn't know, heading straight into the pitch-black unknown.
Now, in the face of unexpected danger, what's the first thing we all do? We reach for our lifeline. Neha instinctively grabs her mobile phone, but as the screen flickers on, her heart just sinks. 3%. A critical, blinking 3%. Her digital connection to the outside world is rapidly bleeding out at the exact moment she realizes she's heading down the wrong road. It is a terrifying, silent countdown.
Gripped by panic, she bravely speaks up. She asks the conductor, "Why are we going this way? This isn't the route to my house?" The conductor just turns to her and flatly states, "The road ahead is closed, so we are taking another route." Now, logically, on paper, that is a completely normal logistical response. But in the dead of night, on a deserted path, Neha's survival instincts are screaming. She simply does not trust him. In heart-pounding panic, Neha urgently dials her mother's number. She desperately needs help, or at the very least, she needs someone out there to know exactly where she is. She presses the phone to her ear, literally begging for it to ring. But the screen goes entirely black. That 3% battery gives out before the call can even connect. She is plunged into total, terrifying silence, entirely cut off from anyone who could save her.
Section 3. Police and Reality.
For 10 agonizing minutes, Neha just sits there in the dark. 10 minutes can feel like a lifetime when you're terrified, right? Her mind is racing with worst-case scenarios, every single bump in the road just amplifying her terror. But then, a miraculous break in the tension. The bus abruptly pulls over in front of a small, dimly lit roadside tea stall, and standing right outside, cutting through the rainy night, are local police officers. Without a second thought, Neha bolts from her seat, rushes off that bus, and runs straight to the officers to explain her terrifying ordeal.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive gap between panic and fact. In Neha's mind, she was being kidnapped, in grave danger on this sketchy, unauthorized route. But the truth was actually far less sinister. The police officers gently listened to her, walked over to question the driver, and verified everything. The conductor had been telling the complete truth. Due to the heavy rains, the main road had severely flooded, which forced the bus to take this deserted alternative route. Neha lets out a massive sigh of relief. She's actually safe.
Section 4. An unsolved mystery.
So Neha finally makes it home safely. She walks through her front door, totally exhausted, believing the terrifying ordeal is entirely over. But instead of just a warm welcome, her mom greets her with a stunning revelation. Something physically impossible happened right after Neha's phone died in the dark on that bus.
Your daughter is safe. Don't worry. Just let those words sit for a second.
Her terrified mother, waiting at home in the middle of the night, received a phone call from an unknown number, and the voice on the other end spoke those exact, precise words.
So the crucial point is really the timing here. The call was received immediately after Neha's phone battery died on the bus. And because of this perfectly timed, reassuring message, Neha's mother was prevented from calling the police and triggering a massive missing person panic. But here is what makes this truly chilling. When authorities later thoroughly investigated the phone number that made this call, they found absolutely nothing. The number never existed in any telecom record. It was completely untraceable, literally a ghost in the machine.
Which leaves us with the lingering question right at the heart of this mystery. How did an untraceable person know she was safe? Who or what made that call to comfort a worried mother when Neha was utterly disconnected from the world? To this day, Neha believes that without that call, a massive panic would have ensued. So, I leave you to ponder the true nature of this unresolved mystery. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the unexplained.